Art students, welcome to the area for paper mache. The purpose of this video is to show you how to paper mache your project in a way that is successful and so that it's not too messy. I've improved my procedures, so this is an upgrade. Okay, so the first thing is you are going to go ahead and make sure you have on a smock, which I do not have one on, we'll pretend. Then you're going to take out one of these mats. You are going to take out one of these plates. Next, you are going to spin around to the ledge. You are going to get one of these small containers. It is going to go directly onto your plate. You are then going to spin back around, and if your container was not half full of paper mache paste, you would pour some in. Now, if you are like not so sure, you should pour stuff in because you might spill. Ask Miss Russ for help. Please ask Miss Russ for help. But if you know you can do this with confidence to fill it halfway full without needing Miss Russ help, you are welcome to try. Make sure that you are on top of the plate when you do it and that you always screw back on this lid tightly. Okay, what is paper mache? Well, our paper mache is one of two things. It is either A, Mod Podge with a small amount of water added to it, or two, it is water 50% and glue 50%. Okay, how do we make this all work? So the next thing we need is a brush. Our brushes are stored in this container here. You're going to want to wipe off the edges. If this container does not ever have, see, you can kind of see the line, about this much water in it, please add more water, and then it should have about 10 pumps of soap. Now once you get your brush, you are going to want to dry it off. So let's spin us around. So grab my paper towel, pulling all my bristles together, I'm going to dry it off. Okay, next, this goes in the trash. After I have that done, I need to pick my papers. My papers are located up here in the bins. Do not take the bin down and set it on your table. Instead, take a small amount of paper out of the bin and set it on your table and put the bin back. Okay, once that is done, put this down. You're going to take your project. Now, I've already started mine, and we are ready to start. So, I take my paper, I put it on this mat. Then I open my container, leaving the lid in the paper plate, and leaving this on the paper plate. I load up my brush, and I cover my paper with paper mache paste. I then, let's get y'all in the screen. I then take it, lift her up again, which if you've been paper macheing a while, it will kind of get some of the paper mache on the other side. And then I will apply another coat. You have to coat both sides, front and back. Then when I put this on my project, I want to go over my seams. So see how that's kind of popping up right there? I'm going to go over top of it. I'm going to push it all down, wiggle it in with my fingers. I'm going to push it into where it goes. It can crease, that's okay. But I want to make sure it gets all pushed in, right? All pushed in. So I'm going to check it and wrap it and really make sure it's all pushed in. If it wasn't pushed in, like this piece right here, I'm going to take some paper mache paste, working over top of my mat. I'm going to add paper mache paste on the inside, and then I'm going to paint more over top of the outside. I have to make sure I first, where did I put it? On the, oops, you can't see, on the inside, and then I can put it on the outside. I can also, if I'm really desperate, tear my paper a little bit so that it does push into place. Once I am done and I have everything pushed in, or Miss Russ calls cleanup, let's talk about what I do. Step one, I take my project first and I put it over in the drying racks. Now I don't just want to lay it anywhere. I want to take time to find the smallest place to put it, and then I want to put it in the shape it's supposed to be in. It's going to dry however I leave it. So I need to make sure that I really like how it looks when it's on the drying rack. Then I'm going to go back to my spot. I'm going to carefully take the lid and I'm going to push it all the way around. This goes back on the, what I then am going to go back to my spot. My brush will come with me to the sink because my hands are still sticky. I'm leaving those be. This plate does not get cleaned. It just goes back into the drying rack. This paper mache mat does not get cleaned. It just goes back into the drying rack. My excess papers that I did not use, if they were wet and sticky, they get thrown away. If they are still good, then I find the bin and I put them back into the bin. Okay, I still have sticky hands. I still have a sticky brush. I now get to go to the sink. At the sink, I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna put it in the bottom of the sink. And then I'm gonna turn the sink on, get some soap, and I'm gonna wash my hands. Once I'm done washing my hands, I can even scrub them off if I need to. Then I'm gonna get my brush. In a circle motion, I am going to clean my brush on my hand. Once my brush does not feel sticky anymore, I'm then going to turn over to the paper towel. I'm going to get a paper towel. I'm going to dry my hands, dry off the handle on my brush. I'm going to take this paper towel, go back to my spot, and I'm going to wipe my spot down in case I missed anything. The brush then is going to go into this bin, the soapy water bin, and then my paper towel is going to go in the trash. With that, paper mache is my favorite, but if you leave any paper mache mess, you know what Miss Russ will do. That's right, she'll close the center. So really make sure that you are taking enough time and that you start cleanup right away. Bye, happy art making.